Good afternoon once again. Not once again. Good afternoon, everyone. As usual, I will be giving just 1 minute to allow you guys to come in before we start the business of the day. Okay, like I said, 1 minute to go. I think we'll just take it off from here, even as people keep joining us. Good afternoon once again. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, my name is Gagba Esehaya, and I'm one of the training coordinator of the Temple Small Business Development Center. The Temple Small Business Development Center helps small businesses start and grow. We offer free one-on-one consulting and a variety of low to no cost webinars. We are proud to be part of the nationally accredited network of the Small Business Development Center, which has over 1,000 networks across the United States. You are here this afternoon for a webinar on how to build your personal brand. A copy of the PowerPoint and the link to the recording will be sent to all the attendees. Being a webinar, all the attendees have been muted. However, we always encourage you guys to drop your questions on the Q&A and the chat box. Without further ado, please allow me to welcome Mr. David, even as he takes over the floor for the presentation. Mr. David, you're welcome once again.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you, Garba. Welcome all who are joining with us. Wow, already 24 folks or 22 folks with us. So if you could really quickly, because we only have an hour, I'll be very quick. If you could put in the chat box your name, your business, and your name, your location, your business, and what you're looking to get out of today's training on personal brand. We're going to cover a few elements, but I want to see what everyone thinks about personal brand. So if you put those things in the chat box for me, that would be excellent. And then, okay, cool. We got Mary Sue Smith. I'll read a few and then we'll jump in, but I'll be checking it out later as we go. Mercedes Peralta from Philadelphia, Sarah, and again, most importantly, right, what your business is and what you're looking to learn, right? That's what I really want to zero in on. Vitamin G Productions, actor, filmmaker, struggle with the idea of branding. I feel like I'm, some good answers here. I feel like I'm human, not a brand, but now I need to grasp the concept. Absolutely. Great. Thank you for sharing transparently. Welcome, Sarah, Christine, Porch Light Gifts, Amy, Nurse Sabbatical, learn how to brand myself as a thought leader. Kelly, how to better establish my holistic wellness brand. Mercedes makes candles. Excellent. I'll read one more. Haley from Pittsburgh, PA, licensed certified medical massage therapist, looking to effectively build my brand for this unique niche in the massage and wellness field. Okay, great. So there's so many directions I can go with the personal brand. So many. I just, so I had to, I think honestly, Garba, we'll need to do a part 2, maybe even a part 3. I had to really concise down to what we're going to focus on today, right? So with that said, we're going to dive into the personal brand element. We're going to start with the first thing that most people do when they're looking up a person's brand online. Okay, so I'm starting with, I'm not saying this is the most important step of personal branding, but what I am saying is this is a critical step of personal branding. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen and we'll dive into this conversation. Okay, so first thing I want us to do, okay, so you can see my screen here. The first thing I want us to do right now, it's gonna be interactive. Welcome everyone. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go online right now to Google, put preferably in your phone, If you can do it on your phone, or if you're by a laptop and you open a new tab, I want you to do a Google search on your name. Type out your full name. I know some people have common names like Betty Smith or things like that, John Smith. I know that's a challenge, right? But I want you to Google your name. And I want you to let me know what the top 3 things are that come up, right? The top 3. So some people might have a website, some people might have a LinkedIn, a Facebook, Instagram, a company they work for, whatever that is. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And just let me know the top 3 things. If it's LinkedIn, for purposes of time, you can let me know. You just put LI, Twitter, TW, Instagram, IG, Facebook, FB, your personal website. So pull it up. While you're doing that, I'm going to do mine too, right? Just so we can be on the same page. When you Google your name, your full name, not ideally. Okay, so Bruce has employer profile, LinkedIn. T. Simmons has FB, LinkedIn, unarmed officer. Okay. Tara has my website, IMDb site, an article on the Sundance website. So all pretty good. Happy to see that. Awesome, Tara. Awesome. Christine has Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Stefan has inventor on LinkedIn. Jennifer has a personal name. Jennifer, yeah, look up your personal name on LinkedIn, because today we're talking about personal branding. Haley has LinkedIn profile, massage book, booking site, and personal brand website. Mary Sue has a lady that sells insurance for my name and Facebook links to name. Okay, yeah, I can understand that. Amy has article, nurse profile, LinkedIn. Shelly has author, Amazon, who's in me, business page, and someone who's in me. Kelly has LinkedIn. Melanie has co-founder. Stephen has Facebook. Melanie has LinkedIn, and you unmask. So I want you, but he says name and personal information, which is alarming. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of crazy stuff out there. And some people won't find themselves, right? That's okay. This is why we're here today. So the point I made earlier was personal branding is very important. And there's so many aspects I can go over. But what is the most important right now, if you're working on your personal brand, as you can probably guess from all the responses that we had submitted, is making sure your LinkedIn is in order. So I know we're not talking about, it's not a LinkedIn workshop today, even though we're going to go over LinkedIn. I want you to understand that LinkedIn has a very powerful connection to your name, and your name. When people Google your name, they're going to pull up. LinkedIn is going to be one of the first ones, right? Facebook has some level of strength, right? But I didn't see a lot of. I saw more LinkedIn than anything for all of your profiles. You would agree, right? So I'm gonna pull up mine in just a second, and what I want us to notice is the importance of crafting our personal brand, because this is what people will know us for. This is what people will find us when they look us up online, and we have to be intentional about controlling the conversation around our name. And again, for those who have a similar name, those who have people that are already, like, you might have somebody that's really famous that has your name. That sucks. I will just say that, right? Because then they have strong brand authority online. It doesn't mean you can't build a brand that's strong around yours, but you are combating a few things. So I'm gonna pull mine up just for your for you as well. Okay. Right. And I didn't even go who I am and what I do, but I'll probably get to that in a few minutes. Okay. So here, my website comes up first. That's intentional. I want to control what people see first, right? This is not me, Dr. David Simons, not an anesthesiologist. This is me, though, right? That's my company, Kingdom Social Media. My LinkedIn comes up next, right? My Instagram. I'm also, I do some training through Udemy. I have a course on there. My Twitter. So I'm kind of introducing myself without introducing myself. I'm an adjunct professor at Temple, so my professor comes up on there, Facebook, and then I was featured on a podcast, Conscious Millionaire. So, and if I keep going, there'd be more, right? But do you notice I have dominated my name completely for the most part, right? Except for this Dr. David Simons. Maybe I should get my honorary degree, and maybe I can dominate this one too. Um, and I have intentionally controlled the narrative around my name as a personal brand. So you need to understand that one of the most powerful pieces, LinkedIn is strong, but I use some SEO and stuff like that to get this up there. But LinkedIn is very strong. So this is why we're starting with this first. Ideally, everybody should have a personal brand website. For no other reason than to control the narrative around your name. If for no other reason. Now, when I look at LinkedIn is going to be the easiest route for anyone that wants to start, get started with their personal brand, because it's the network that we know manages your online reputation professionally. So LinkedIn is an obvious answer. So what is LinkedIn? LinkedIn is a search engine. It is not just a platform for connecting with professionals and looking for jobs. It is a platform for you to build your personal brand. It is a place for you to find opportunities, connect to business opportunities, connect with the media. I'll be sharing some of those things as well. The first step, though, is that we need to optimize our LinkedIn profiles. You have to have an attractive profile. Why is this important? Because this helps your personal brand elevate on in the media. I mean, in the search engines within LinkedIn, and then it also helps your personal brand elevate within LinkedIn itself. So let me go ahead. I'm going to be doing a lot of slides and then come back. Let me go ahead and go to my LinkedIn, and we're going to go step by step. So this is going to be a very actionable thing here. Some of you might do some changes right away, right as we're speaking. Some of you might say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do this for homework. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I make and optimize my profile. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over my profile in a second, and then we're going to go back and show you the different components that you need to do to optimize your profile. And again, for those that are just joining in, this is a workshop on personal branding, but what we're doing is we're strategically handling the first layer that most people will see when they Google your name, because that's the strongest. You want to use what's already strong, the lowest hanging fruit. Okay. So for myself, first thing you might notice instantly is I put a little header here that describes who I am, a little bit about what I do, where I've been featured, media, all that stuff, that I'm available for speaking, consulting, workshops, and training. And I also have a little cartoon here, not recommended for everyone, but for me, I'm into cartoons, always have been since I was a child. So I do put that there. My name, right? I utilize my name as obviously my name, but you can map out how you want your name. My middle initial is Daniel. I could have branded myself as David Daniel Simons, but I didn't. So be very intentional. If you're going to use the initial, use the initial all the way through. If you're going to use your actual full name, use your full name all the way through. Every platform I'm on, it's David D. Simons. David D. Simons on LinkedIn, David D. Simons on Instagram, David D. Simons on Twitter, David D. Simons everywhere. So that's an important part of branding. You have to remain consistent all the way through. Okay. So it talks about who we are, what we do. I'm going to break down this essentially in a second. Ties back to my my business and my business page. It breaks down here. I'm constantly posting content. My about section is well filled out. My social media experience section is well filled out. A little bit about my personal. So this is important. We'll talk about this too. The personal brand is built out here for my speaking side of things that I do. If we have time, I'll show you guys something that you might want to get into your arsenal, which is called a media kit. We'll talk about that in a second. My experience and all of that, my education, skills, recommendations, publications, articles, courses, projects, honors, organizations, interests, and even some causes. So why did I share all that with you just right there? Is because you on this call today or on this webinar today should optimize every aspect of your profile. So let's go through those sections. I just kind of did an overview. So we need to know that the LinkedIn profile is made up of the following elements: a picture, cover photo, headline, summary, call to action, experience, recommendations, feature, skills, and endorsements. So all of those areas are already are sections that we need to be mindful of. All of these pieces here are the areas that we need to work on. So if you don't have a good photo, I recommend getting the photo, professionally shot photo. It does wonders for your personal brand. So make sure you get, and for those who are in the Philadelphia area, the Library of Philadelphia does free LinkedIn headshots. And maybe if you're in, throughout PA or surrounding areas, a lot of libraries are doing that. They're doing free headshots, LinkedIn profile shots. So you may want to take advantage of that. A cover photo. A lot of people just leave the cover photo blank. I want in the chat box, let me know, you can be honest. Let me know if you have say yes or why if you have a cover photo, and if you do not have a cover photo for your LinkedIn profile. Or why if you have a cover photo for your, whether it's branded or just generic image, or an N in the chat box if you do not have a cover photo for your LinkedIn profile. Let me know. Yeah, the banner at the top. That's correct, Sean. Yeah, yes, Kelly has one. Superb. No, Sean says, okay. So I am going to encourage you. Yes, Jessica says, all right. Okay, a few of you do. Okay. So here's what we're going to do, right? For everyone to get a good profile banner, I'm going to recommend you go to, yours is pretty good. And if we have time, if I get time, I may review somebody's profile today. Okay, just go to fiverr.com and type in LinkedIn profile banner. I'm putting this in the chat. That's one easy thing you can do. You can get a good banner for $5 to $10. Okay, Stefan wants to be the person we review. So Stefan, when you get a chance, send me your LinkedIn link and we'll review yours. Okay, so headline, right? So sorry, this is just an overview. I'm going to go in deep detail here on the next slide. So excellent for those who have it. For those who don't, we're going to take care of you today. You go to fiverr.com, type in LinkedIn profile banner, put a few things in there, and you're going to be set and good to go. So first thing you want to make sure is you want to have a picture that has good quality, and you can use your camera phone. I like I said, I would suggest that you get a photographer. But if you don't have a photo, this is better than not putting a photo up there. Okay. By the way, does everybody have a photo on their LinkedIn? That is important. I'll prove to you that in a second. You want to make sure to smile. You want to make sure you're wearing something decent, in the background. Because the three mistakes that most people make is they don't have a professional photo, they don't have a professional headline, or they don't have a summary. Those are the three mistakes you want to avoid. Most people don't have, if they don't have their LinkedIn profile completely optimized, those are the things that they're doing. Yes, absolutely. When yours is good, look, you want to share it with the world. Absolutely. I love it, Stephen. So we're going to do a quick exercise. Okay. And the only criteria I'm asking you to base these profiles on, one question. The question is, would you do business with this person? Okay. No other thing am I looking for. Not asking for any other thing, just an instant 2-second glance. Okay. So I need you to be quick. We're going to type in a Y in the chat if you do business with them, and N in the chat if you say, no, I wouldn't do business with them. Whatever reason, you don't have to tell me the reason. I just want a Y in the chat if you say, yes, I'll do business with them. N in the chat, no, if I would not do business with them based on what you're seeing from the short photo. Okay. So, first one, Alpha, I'll just say Alpha. I don't think I'm going to get that last name right. Alpha, yes, Y or N in the chat. Would you do business with it? Would you do business with her? Some yeses. Yes, yes, yes. I need full participation, everyone. We gotta be quick. Awesome. Okay, yes. A lot of people said yes. Great. Alana Robinson, would you do business with Alana? Okay. Yes. Would you do business with Maurice? Yes. All yes, it's great. Would you do business with Eric? No. I see a few. No, probably not. Why? Eric he's the director of public works and urban development of City of Plainfield. Why wouldn't you do business with Eric? Oh, we'll get to that in a second. Well, Tara already hit on the head. No photo, seems sketchy. James, would you do business with James? Yes or no? Y or N? Okay. Yes. I'm surprised we got a bunch of yeses. Usually, so here, I guess no's, because one thing you want to look at with James, his photo, his head is cut off. That's not a good thing to do with your photo. But you guys overlooked that. You guys are a welcoming bunch. But his head is cut off, right? And again, Eric, you didn't do business. You can't do business with somebody you can't see. You can't trust somebody you can't see. So smile does have so the smile overcompensated for it, right, Stephen? Okay, got it. This guy right here, would you do business with this guy? No, that's no. That is Bill Gates right there, ladies and gentlemen. So most people would probably still override any, normally wearing a hat in your LinkedIn profile is not the best professional thing to do, but being Bill Gates, that's, you can kind of get away with some of these things. Laura Weidman, would you do business with Laura? Yes, no, yes. I've seen a mixture here, a yes and no. Okay, could be because if she's an athlete, it makes sense. But if she's not an athlete and she's kind of got like this athletic apparel look, then it's not. Yeah, like you said, Tara, she's possibly in sports. Somebody said, is she in prison? Right. I mean, honestly, right. That doesn't look like the best background, right, to have a fence for your business if you're doing business. Would you do business with David? Y or N? Type in the chat box. Y or N? Would you do business with David? Y or N? Yes, I'm seeing some yeses. I'm seeing yes. Photo could be better. Okay. I'm surprised nobody said no. I would say no, right? Not yet, right, Bruce? But because you see what the background looks like a bathroom selfie, right? It looks like it's taken, it may not be in a bathroom, but it looks like a bathroom, right? So that little detail makes it not as good from a photography standpoint, right? Randy, would you do business with Randy? Randy Zuckerberg. Yes or no in the chat box? Yes. Okay, great. I would say yes too. Would you do business with Fred? Y or N? Yes. Maybe see one no. Say yes, no. Okay, mixture. Okay. So I just want you to get the picture of what just happened. Just like we made these quick decisions and judged whether we would do business on whether we want to do business with somebody right here, right on the spot. That's what's happening when somebody looks up your personal brand. They may say, you know what, this person wants to do a contract with us, or this person inquired today, this person submitted a grant, this person wants press coverage. It doesn't matter the usage. You got to understand that people are Googling your name. So when they Google your name, what's the first thing that's probably going to pop up is your LinkedIn. And when they look at the LinkedIn, they're going to make a split decision. Should I move forward with learning more about this person or not? So I want you to answer this honest question. Based on what we just went through just in this exercise, would you do business? Do you think people would do business with you based on your LinkedIn profile if they only saw this little portion? Be an honest assessment, Y or N. Would they do business with you based on your profile? And if yes, great. If no, please say why. Okay. Would they do business with you based on your LinkedIn profile? Yes, Bruce says, excellent. No, Regina, okay. And Regina, please tell me in the chat, why not, right? So I love the honesty. If they would do business with you, type yes. If they would do business with you based on the way your profile is, no. Melanie says, I don't have a photo. Awesome. Well, we're going to change that. Sarah says, maybe the picture could be better. This is all personal branding. We're going to change that. Jennifer says, no, I need to add visuals and update. Excellent. I love this. I love the honesty. I need to work on my profile. It's not complete. My photo could be better, but he says, maybe need better picture and update content. Well, I think we're all getting the message here today, right? So we're all seeing that, okay, so Regina, you saw yourself as the Eric, right? You wouldn't do business with Eric. So you know that most people probably would just instantly not do business based off of not seeing your photo. So I am going to just encourage this gets done today, okay? That you take some time, maybe not today, but through the week, make this a priority, because there's opportunities you may be missing out on just by not having it updated, okay? So I kind of went through mine a little bit, but there are some areas you want to optimize. Your experience. This section should read as stories, especially for my business people. If you're full-time business, if you're working for an employer, there's a subtle difference between how you optimize your LinkedIn profile. You want to honor your employer. You don't want to look like you're looking for an opportunity you can still personal brand, but you just got to be cautious and know the policies. So I'm not encouraging anyone to disregard the policies of their employer. Okay. But if you are in business full time, or you're allowed to brand yourself more, then your experience should read as stories and a copy, not a description of your experience. Someone should gather that you're different and why they should utilize you or your services or buy your products, and even some case studies if possible. Okay, so within mine, as I shared, I break down the story of why social media is important, why people can utilize it. I have a little video that breaks it down, what they need. Here is something that a lot of people don't do that I'm going to challenge you to do today. We're going to do this right now in the moment. Okay, for those that are on LinkedIn, please sign into your LinkedIn if you can. Okay, we're going to do this together. I'm going to help you get some growth on your LinkedIn here from an SEO perspective. People don't realize that your profile actually your profile link when you do it increases your recommendation, your visibility on LinkedIn, and your visibility on the search engines. So what I want you all to do, right, is you're going to go to, okay, right here, hit the plus button. It's very simple. You don't even have to do a lot of work. I want you to go here, search for somebody. I don't know. I'm going to just pick a letter. Of course, I picked the letter D, right? So there's anybody in here, Perfect. I can use. I'm going to do it too. Okay, I'm going to hit continue. And then select the relationship. You work with Keith. Keith was a client of mine. King social media, right there. It's already giving the prompt, right? Why am I doing this with you? I just want you to don't think through this. Don't make it. And if for those who haven't set up a LinkedIn, obviously you're going to be motivated to get a LinkedIn set up. Hi Keith, and make it sure it adds the initial, take out that. Hey Keith, would you mind? I'm just going to adjust mine a little bit. Would you mind writing a recommendation for me? A recommendation for. Okay, I'll show you where I am, Stephen, in a second. Hi, Keith. Would you mind writing a recommendation for me for the services we provide? For the services with our course launch success program that you did. But just like that, what's the worst that can happen? They say no, or they okay, look at that. I already sent him one. I'm gonna send him a message and let him know, hey, could you do this again? So you see that? It said you have sent him one. I didn't even realize it did. Okay, so I know what I have to do homework wise. Okay. So I'm gonna discard this. So let me show you where I went. Okay. So you're at the top of the profile. Okay. And then you scroll down past the about section, past the experience section, past the education, past skills, and then you go to recommendations right here. And then, must have some pending or something. Okay. Oh, I have some pending ones that I need to check out. So basically you want to go to that section there, and then hit the plus sign, and then ask a recommendation, and then find the person, and then hit continue. So good there, Stephen. Okay, so that's that, right? That's an instant way to boost your LinkedIn profile, which boosts your SEO for your personal brand, right? The more recommendations, notice I have about 40 something recommendations. The more the merrier, right? So you want to do that. So let's talk about a few other areas. So for your feature skills and endorsements, you want to make a list of all the skills, and then put the endorsements there as well. I'm going to go through that in a second, and then get the endorsements from other people. So this is different from the review. So this is like the review section, right? I have says 99 plus on specific things. You want to make sure you ask people for, hey, can they endorse you on the different skills that you do and the different things that you do? Because guess what? When somebody's looking at your profile and they're seeing all this social proof, right, it's going to help and enhance the opportunity to connect and build opportunities. So education, right? It's pretty clear. Put your credentials on there. There are, alumni networks, which opens up your network. A lot of people don't realize with LinkedIn, what it does is it opens up a network. When you add things to your profile, it expands your network. So by putting my undergrad, by putting my post degree, by putting my interest or social causes that I'm interested in, I'm expanding the network, and the network grows to where I can grow things even further. So all that is there. Accomplishments. This is the section that's the least complete of all the things I see online. People have so many certifications and courses they've taken, honors and awards, languages they speak, patents even, and they don't put any of these things on there. So you want to put all of it, volunteering, all the things you do. I myself have to do some updating. I have some things I need to complete. What if you have none? That's okay. We're actually going to review your profile right now, Stephen. So this is a perfect segue. Let me just pull up your link here. I know you posted it earlier. Just grabbing it. But any questions on that so far? I'm giving a brief overview because it's not really a LinkedIn training today. This is understanding personal branding and how LinkedIn actually correlates into your personal brand, because it's the first thing, one of the first things people see. So I'm pulling yours up. Okay. Whoops, it didn't copy like I wanted it to. All right, let me just click this. Let me just click here. Okay. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Stefan, with the rhino skin. So thank you for the honesty. You said you can handle it. All right. I have a feeling it's gonna be a good profile too. So, all right. So, inventor of the Cut and Go Incorporated. Okay. All right. The Cut and Go .com, now available 100% American made, good for memorable promotional upsell, lowering your liability fundraiser, lowering your liability fundraiser, soon to be and on Amazon and Walmart. You are a marketer for sure, Stefan. Love it. Don't be forgotten to advertise here. Okay. So honest first thoughts, Stefan, I don't know what it is, right? I can't tell in your image what the product is. I'm sure once it's visual and once I see it. So I may not go with the picture of your product right here, only because from my first glance, let me and instead I'm going to use the audience as feedback too. Can anyone tell what this product is right away? Okay. No. So it's not just me on that, right? So if I can't tell what the product is right away, then that means it needs more explanation, and I would adjust your cover photo, Stefan. I would adjust it to I would change it to something that kind of highlights your expertise, right? So inventor of the Cut and Go, featured here if you're featured some places, made an inventor of the Cut and Go and which is American made product. Check out my bio to see the demo in action, right? That's what I would do. I would do check out the bio, seatbelt cutter. Okay, got it. Okay, so now I wish there was a way to just put video in here. That'd be great if you had video, right? So that's the first thing. Okay, this all good and dandy. Inventor of the Cut and Go Incorporated, cutandgo.com. Okay. So you want to think about what's the most important information on here. Like, and you got to ask yourself your purpose on LinkedIn. So if you're looking for, my guess, Stefan, is that you're not looking for, maybe you are looking for people to buy your product, but maybe even a higher purpose than that is you might be looking for partners. You might be looking for connections that can get your product in stores and all that stuff. So I would think about what is the language I need to have for that specific audience. So some of these things may not make sense for the audience. So fundraisers, right? That's maybe not what I want to use here. Soon to be on Amazon, Walmart. That could be great. Good for memorable promotional upsell. That might not be great for LinkedIn as an example. Lowering your liability. I don't know what the product is yet, right? If I'm looking from very first glance. So some of these things I would actually cut out, right? Now you go into the detail. The only locked on self-enclosed, manually guided, child-proof seatbelt cutting invention. child safe. Okay, great. So now I know what it is right here, right in the about section. I feel like you can work on this part and go in more descriptive, like tell the story, right? I don't know why what made you create the product, but I'm sure Stephen or I don't know if I go by Stephen or Stephen, I'm sure there's a reason why you created the product. And I would go into the story. So I hope everyone, as we're going through this, you're seeing yourselves and you're seeing your own profiles, right? So yes, so the story of like, hey, I just remember this horrible experience seeing my niece was trapped in a car and we were trying to get her out, and it was the worst feeling in the world. Thank God she survived, and today, out of that experience, I created the Cut and Go. And the Cut and Go is designed to be self-enclosed, manually guided, child-proof seatbelt cutter for those situations that you just can't imagine happening, right? So you'll never be trapped in an accident. Boom, just like that, right? So I've broken down, and it's a beautiful site, as by the way, Stephen, very, very nice site. So all these things I would consider putting in here into your story here. And then there is a section. So here's something you can leverage, right? There's a section where you can leverage video. Okay. So let me show you. So that YouTube video you have, all you need to do this for everybody to see and note. You have this section called Add Profile Section. There's Add. Where's it at? Did I miss it? Add Featured right here. So I'm using mine for a video right here, media, add media. So you take your image, your video, or a link, right? So if it's YouTube, probably easier just to do a link. Take the add a link, and then that's a great place to showcase what you do. There you go, link to a video. And then I would do that, right? So now people can see the story. So this is how we rework your profile. Watch and then scroll below to see the story of how the Cut and Go was invented, right? Or how the Cut and Go works. Right now, I'm leading people to scroll down my profile, learn about. I take this video that's on my site, put it in there. Okay. One thing, as we can see here, you just need to continue to up the posting. Now that we know that this is an important piece for personal branding, you want to post 2 to 3 times a week here, right? That's the ideal for LinkedIn. Okay, so we put this in here. We want to make sure that we adjust all the pieces for that. Your experience, you can highlight that more. Education, good. Volunteering, maybe more. So the types of posts you want to put: imagery posts, video posts, educational posts, right? Telling people about your product, how it works, why you started it, the story around it. Skills, and remember the recommendation section. So I'd add that in here for any past customers you have. Look at that, you got some great skills in here, so that's good. Your patents are here. So you got a lot of pieces, Stephen. A lot of great. Honestly, I'd give you a B minus, right? There's a lot of opportunity too. So everybody give a virtual round of applause for Stephen and being brave to allow us to review his profile for all of us. Okay. So now let's kind of go into, okay, I saw Jessica's statement about about Google search for the business. Yeah, we'll probably cover that in a whole nother section. Google My Business is like a 2-hour training in itself. Okay, so we talked about LinkedIn. Now I want to just get over. Thank you, Kelly, for doing the virtual applause for Stephen. Now I want to get into just a little bit more about the personal brand elements outside of LinkedIn. I had to start with LinkedIn. I felt like I really couldn't deal with anything else besides dealing with LinkedIn. I'm going to skip the stuff we already talked about, who I am and what I do. Okay, so let's for purposes of time, everybody's gonna get access to this. Let me send you this link. And we're gonna talk about what are the elements that you need in a personal brand. I'm gonna put this in the chat, and then everyone should access this. And if you can't see it, Garba can post this as well. I'm going to I think I have it on. This is a newer computer, so I think I have it on here. If I don't, I'm going to just download it myself so you all can see how this works. Okay, thank you, Garba. So this is all about personal branding and your authority and the things that you need, right, for your personal brand. So you just go here again. My free gift to everybody here, to this right away, right, and then you get the checklist. Okay, so I'm going to show you this the pieces here. We're going to kind of go over. It says for speakers and coaches. It's really for entrepreneurs. Okay, it's for everybody. So let me just kind of highlight this real quick. So that's, again, you're going to have the steps. So I want everybody to build a personal brand, but I wanted to go through LinkedIn first. So the first thing you need for your personal brand is a call to action driven website. You need a website. You need something that's away from your business, because we're in an age of the personal brand. Let me give you an example. And for those, I'm going to ask this question. So most people have heard of Kylie Jenner, right? One of the youngest billionaires, period, and then youngest female billionaires. Yes, you received the slides and the video for this session. Let me ask you this. Does anybody know the name of Kylie? Don't Google. What is Kylie Jenner's business called? Anybody know the name of Kylie Jenner's business? Youngest billionaire, and pretty fast to become a billionaire. Nope, most people don't, but most people have heard of Kylie. Okay, Amy knew it, right? So you're spot on, Amy. It's called Kylie's Cosmetics. But if I ask the average person in America, they will not even know her name. Know her business name. They'll know her name, but they won't know the business name. So that tells us we're in an age. I mean, you can't. That's unfathomable for even just 20 years back. A lot of times you would never know who the CEO was of IBM was, right? You didn't know who the CEO of some of the big brands like Apple and others, they leveraged personal branding back then. But you might not know who the CEO is of a big brand in times past. But today, CEOs and entrepreneurs and business owners are purposefully putting themselves out there in the market to build their personal brand. So why am I saying all this? I'm saying that today, people will come in contact with your personal brand before your business brand. Okay. Thank you for that update about that. I got a note from MN about, isn't actually a billionaire due to the fudged financials. Okay, noted. Thank you for sharing that with me. So what am I saying? I'm saying that we need to still strategically build our businesses, but we need to have a way to port what we do personally into a business from our personal side and leverage that into the business side. So it shows that you and I need to have a brand that encompasses what we do in a way that explains the value of what we do. So I'm gonna I'll share. Let me think of somebody that on top of my head that we work with that I think would be great. Oh, this is a great example. This is a client of ours. He is a lawyer, but he's a lawyer, but he's more than a lawyer, and he didn't want to be just seen as a lawyer, right? So he's actually an international market entry expert. So he helps businesses to enter into new markets outside of the U.S. or international companies to market inside to the U.S. So he already has his site, his company site, which is, let me just pull that up. We did his company's, we did his personal brand site. We didn't do his Chevalier Law Firm. We didn't do his business site. Okay. I'm just showing you this for the connection between the two and why you want to have the two separate ones, right? So somebody comes to his law firm, they'll see that, okay, what he does, a little bit about, okay, it's pretty bare. This is pretty bare. Yeah, it's pretty, wait, this can't be his site. Sure. Okay, regardless of whose site it is. My point is there's a business brand site, and then there's a personal brand site, which can open the door to other things. So his business brand site we're not going to highlight speaking on his business brand site. We're not going to highlight certain his specific expertise and open him up to other things, because he's an investor. He does other things. The personal brand allows you to be more portable and allows you to do multiple things. Today, an entrepreneur isn't just limited to the business that they're in. Maybe they're a coach, right? Maybe they're coaching people. Maybe they're consulting. But the business site may not allow for that, or the business brand may not easily, it may confuse people. But the personal brand allows you to do your multiple aspects. So the first thing we did was we helped them create a lead magnet that is around the things that people that are struggling when they're expanding internationally. So you break that down, right? His breakdown of the steps into the new markets, his site, all the stuff, a little bit about him. We did his photography, his videography, all these things. The reason why I'm sharing all these things with you is I'm giving an example and case study of what it takes to build a personal brand. We helped him tell his story. So if you go into his about, there's a little bit about his story. There's testimonials from his clients. We did the same process. We went to LinkedIn, gathered as many as possible. We cleaned up his LinkedIn. All the steps that I'm telling you are all the things that we would do in order and recommend in order to help a person build out their personal brand. Right? Breaks down the process of the services that he provides and how he does the services. His speaking, right? Breaks down. I remember I talked about a media kit earlier. How for certain brands it makes sense to have a speaking thing. If you want to get booked to speak, it's a great additional revenue stream. You can download his press kit. Speaking topics are listed here. All the things that he does there. So back to the document I was sharing, which you now should have, or you can load and have. That's the first step. You want to make sure that you have a call to action driven website that drives calls to actions. The next step is you want to have media placements for the personal brand. In here, it kind of just talks about the power of media and the importance of it. So here's a little hack. I may have shared this before. If you come to previous sessions, you want to go to not answer the public. Help a reporter out. You want to Google help a reporter out. This is how I've been able to feature. It is work. I'm not going to lie to you. Sit here and tell you it's easy. It's a process. It's what I've leveraged for CBS, Forbes, other places. We've gotten media coverage. It's a great place to start. You can do it for free. It's a little bit of a process, but help a reporter out is a key tool to helping you build out this press. Okay. Then you want your custom social media branding, right? So putting content that's reflective around your message, whether quotes or imagery or whatever it is, but you want to make sure that you're branding around your personal brand. So personal brand is showing you as the expert, as the authority, as someone who knows what they're talking about. Remember I showed you in Felix's example, having a lead generation system. This is an important piece for your personal brand. So create an asset around something that and we talked about lead magnets for those who came to the last training. Create a lead magnet that's designed to educate people around what you do, show the value, and then they can download the free guide or resource, toolkit, checklist, ebook. And again, in Felix's case, everything I'm sharing with you we live by, we do for ourselves, and we do for our clients. So I shared with you how right on the home page, what do? We're trying to capture data and info. It's the download of the guide is right there. So we want to make sure that you have an integration system that allows you to download a resource. Sixth thing is an online authority video. So this is kind of like I have one on my site. Purposes of time, we'll just keep going. But you want to have video content that showcases your authority, just kind of like Stefan has. He has it on his site where probably I didn't get to watch it, but I'm sure it kind of highlights what the belt is about, maybe a little bit about Stefan. But you want to make sure that you have a video, because the truth is most people are watching more than they're reading. So video allows you to convey to the world your authority and your personal brand, who you are, what you do, all of those elements. You also want to have a consistent social media strategy, posting all the time as whatever platform you're going to be on. If you're going to be on LinkedIn, posting 2 to 3 times a week. If you're going to be on Facebook, if you're going to be on Facebook, you can post at least 4 to 5 times a week. If you're going to be on Instagram once a day. I would say. So each platform, and you don't have to be on all the platforms, but you should be on some of the platforms. The other thing you want to do is have an omnipresent strategy, and this is a whole other topic, but you don't have to spend a lot on advertising. You can spend like $5 a day and position your profile, your ad, to be there where people are on a regular basis. So again, I talk more about that in detail in the gift I gave you guys. Best way to contact me, great question. I'll put this in the chat here. Best way to contact me would be to schedule a time on that link right there, Stefan, bit.ly/meet with David. That'd be the best way. Any questions? And I know Garba put a survey in there, so if you could put help us to.
Yeah. Sorry, please. Even as we still wait for more questions to come up, we are left with just 2 minutes. I just want to draw the attention of our wonderful attendees that I did posted a 30-second survey about to do webinar. Remember, we Tempo SPDC, we always cherish your feedbacks, even as it helps us to improve on the services we provide to you guys at a no cost. So kindly take 30 seconds of your time to help us to fill out the survey. Left for 2 minutes now. David, I think you can take it up.
Okay. Yes. So any questions that you have? Okay, Sharon said, thank you for the LinkedIn advice. I feel like I made lots of updates. Awesome, Sharon. If anybody wants to have me take a glance at, I got some extra time in the week, maybe I'll just take a glance. You can just send it to let's see, David at Kingdom Social Media. That's my email, right? Glad to take a quick glance at your profile. Okay. Yeah. So thank you all. If there aren't, it's like Garba said, we still have a few minutes for questions. If there aren't any questions, we'll wrap up. But yeah. I hope you guys gained some value and learned some things. Thank you for the kind words. I'm touched and I'm humble.
Okay. Before we wrap it up, left for just 1 minute, just want to use this opportunity to thank each and every one of us. Want to use this opportunity to thank each and every one of you guys for keeping it a day with us. Mr. David, thank you for a wonderful presentation. I was just going through the chat and I discovered that we had like over 100 and something comments. The whole webinar was more or less like an interactive section, and it was cool. Thank you for everything. I also want to thank my Tempo SPDC colleague for their usual cooperation and the support. Without them, we wouldn't have been there, and the webinar wouldn't have come into existence. In the absence of any other question, I think we'll just call it off for the day. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Good one.